Alright, let's see. Here we go. Oh. Yo, hey guys. What's here? We'll be streaming some Genshin Impact today. We got some news on the new banners that just dropped. And I'll go over them, I guess, in review. Let's see. Let me just pull them up real quick. Let's see here. Oh, ignore that. And that too. Gosh.
Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Ah, shucks. And I had the perfect thumbnail and everything. Oh well, that's okay. Okay, hold on. I think I got this. I do. Awesome, perfect. Alright, stream is saved. Hold on, let me put Quiet Fury in. Oh, this is so scuffed. This is why I don't do this. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. Alright, so should we pull or should we not? Maybe I'll get this text out of the way. Oh. Oh. Phew. Okay. I am fixed. I am free. Ah, goodness. See, this is one of those where you think you're ready, but you're not. You're not ready. You always need more time to cook. That's okay though. We're here to have fun. Anyway, I'll start the stream off talking about the new banners that just dropped. We have Kinich, also Chevreuse, Kujo, Sara, and Toma. So this is not my favorite Kinich banner, but Kinich doesn't really have a lot of good options. Like, what were we going to get? Another Xiangling banner, you know? And she was just on a recent banner, so I can't really blame them for not repeating that, you know, with a Xiangling. So instead we have Toma, and Toma's a pretty good unit. You actually kind of do want to have him on some kind of, like, a lot of people build him for Burgeon, which is a Dendro reaction, so it's not unreasonable to have Toma on your Deepwood set, for example. See, Kinich wants to be on a burning team, so you're not going to use him with traditional Hyper Bloom units. Even Nahida is not necessarily his best partner, though I'm sure he can work with her. Let's see. You're going to want to probably use him with Xiangling, or, excuse me, well, you could use him with Xiangling, but honestly, Xiangling is so good that you can use her on so many teams. Toma, I think, is fine, because you're going to build Xiangling, if you're going to use her, you would put her on Deepwood, more likely than not, and she just loses all of her damage if you do that. So if you're going to use a Pyro unit on her team, I would run Kinich with Toma. Well, you can honestly use many units on the Deepwood. There's no hard rule for it. But if you're going to gimp Xiangling's damage, you might as well move her to another team and let Toma take care of it. His skill should also trigger Toma's collapse damage with his shield, so it should be fine. Not a bad banner, I guess, if you're a Kinich fan. Well, the real reason the banner is shaped this way, though, is because of Raiden Shogun. Let me grab that real quick. Is that possible? No? Yes. Ooh. Possibilities. So this is more of a Raiden banner than a Kinich banner. You can tell with Kujosara and Chevrus. Do you pull Raiden though? So my thought process is yes, you do, if you like her. If you don't like her, well, she's a good unit, but she's not as powerful as like Fontaine units. This last year we did see some power creep. And it would take a lot to catch her up. Like, basically this banner wants you to roll for C2. To be fair, if you like her, then do it. Why not? You might want to wait and see about upcoming characters from the next patch. In fact, there are leaks floating about. Not that I will report them, but there are. So you might want to consider holding off. However, if you're still down for an Electro DPS, Raiden is as about investing heavily into Raiden is as about it's not about as good as the other units because you will get more out of newer units as constellations than you will from Raiden. But she's still plenty competent. She will clear Abyss for you. I'm actually going to try that now. I'm going to try with C0 Raiden to clear the Abyss. On a DPS build, not on her meme Elemental Mastery build. Maybe on her meme Elemental Mastery build. We shall see. But yeah, I want to try and clear Spiral Abyss to see if she still holds up. I believe she does. The thing is though, if you're comparing damage, you're probably going to want to look at like Chlorand, for example. She will deal more damage on her best teams. That said, Raiden is cool. No one is like Raiden. If you like Chevrus, then by all means, roll for Chevrus. No, excuse me, not Chevrus. Chlorand, by all means, roll for her. But if you like Raiden, there really isn't anything stopping you based off of how Genshin works. Like the power level in Genshin Impact is not so high that a C0 or C2 Raiden won't be ineffective. Okay? So anyways, this is a good Raiden banner. You have two units that are basically built to amp her strength here at Constellation 6. The thing is with 4 stars, if you don't roll for them, you can't really account for getting them. Chevrus is extremely rare. It's hard to completely disregard this banner just by virtue of Chevrus being on it. That said, if you are not a fan of Electro units all that much, and if you just prefer Aggravate teams, for example, or Hyperbloom teams, and of course, if Raiden just doesn't do it for you in terms of playstyle, then by all means, this is a skip. However, if you're a Raiden fan, I have no reason to stop you from pulling. I think a lot of content creators unfortunately get caught trying to... Well, I do respect it. They don't want to, like, egg you on to pull and feed, gacha addiction. I get it. But I think if you like a unit, especially in a game like Genshin Impact where it's not too hard, it should be okay to just pull. Still, gauge your own Primo Gems. There are plenty of cool characters in this game, and many of them don't ask for high constellations to be comparable to modern units like Raiden. But you know what? If you like Raiden and you're devoted to her, I suggest rolling for her. There's no reason to play a game if you're not playing your favorite units, Anyway. As for Kinich, let me think. Yeah, as for Kinich, he's new. He's got a new playstyle. Burning. We barely just got it with Emily, but Emily is off field. Kinich is on field. So I would suggest if you... So Kinich and Mualani, they remind me of Sino and Nilu. We really didn't have a good gauge on how good Sino and Nilu would be. So I would wait actually for the Pyro Archon if you don't want to jump in, it's kind of tough. Like, you want to start a new region with new units sometimes, so I get it. But if you weren't like sure, like if you weren't like in love with Kinich's design, if you were not in love with Mualani's design, but you do kind of like them and you're considering them, consider then waiting until they're rerun to see how good they'll be after like the Pyro Archon etc. come out. Because they feel like the Sino and Nilu of the patch, where we understood them much better once the Dendro Archon came out. Nilu is pretty good with Nahida. Sino, unfortunately, struggles because of his very long uptime. There are ways around that, but nothing quite like what Nahida could have been for Sino. Still, he's still a respectable enough DPS, but not quite that exciting compared to a lot of other Electro DPS options. Honestly, I have every Electro DPS in the game. I love Electro units, and I don't really regret any of them. Kinda. To be honest, ironically, I regret Chlorand. I personally like Raiden's Shogun more. I would rather have Raiden's C2 than Chlorand's C0. But that is just me, you know. It's your Primogems, and you don't necessarily want to pull and waste them on one unit when you could have multiple units, right? Like, I am strongly considering pulling on this banner, but that means I would be giving up Primogems that I could have been using on Kinich and his weapon banner. To be fair, I'm not sure you would spend on the weapon banner. I'm not really sure how necessary Engulfing Lightning is for Raiden's max potential. Kinich's weapon is good, but he has strong free-to-play options. We have various sacrificial weapons here, but the sacrificial weapons are not necessarily as good as Favonius. The issue with sacrificial weapons is that you're on field too long, sometimes using characters as skills that are not your main DPS. So you gotta be careful with that. That's something I didn't consider when I was rolling for Kazuha's C1, for example. It's nice to use the skill multiple times, but actually you're kind of taking away from your DPS field time when you do. So it's something to consider when you are looking at the sacrificial weapons. Anyway, so that is about all I have to say about the weapon banner. The 4-star weapons you kind of will get eventually. So they're not really that big of a draw for me, unless maybe they were Favonius and you're short on Favonius. Especially Favonius Lance. There is never enough Favonius Lance to go around. Every pull-on character practically needs Favonius Lance, or wants it. But as for this weapon banner, I'll think about it. It's kind of hard to roll for C2 Raiden and not also be like, well, how did I roll for C2 and not get her weapon? But I do think she does have other viable options. I'm not sure this is leagues above her other options, but you can also check out other content creators who are much more analytical than I am. I am just vibing, guys. I obviously am not professional at this. I do want to get better. Having all that scuff at the start of the stream, very embarrassing for me. And I would like to be at least reliable source of information when asked questions. But I still have a lot to learn, whether it's VTubing or just gacha gaming in general. And of course, just navigating the YouTube and Twitter environment. Anyway, so thanks for putting up with me throughout all this. I know it was very scuffed, but those are my general thoughts on the banner and whether or not you should pull, or rather, I should say, there really isn't much more for me to say when it comes to pulling gacha characters in general. I don't feel like policing you guys when it's like, oh, this character is bad, you shouldn't pull, or this character is not as good as that character. I don't really like that philosophy. In a gacha game, you should be able to just pull for who you enjoy. It's good to know, though, how they compare to other units. Because it's also a feels thing, right? Like, Raiden isn't going to defeat enemies as easily as, say, Chlorand at times, unless you roll for the C2, and that can actually feel bad, even if it's your favorite unit. Like, it's hard playing your game with it's still hard playing a game with a unit who is not as strong. You feel the gap in difference, especially if you have more modern characters. So that's just one thing for you, another thing for you to consider. That said, I really don't think Genshin is hard enough to be like that. So judge how, so take into account the type of player that you are and what you're after when you're rolling for these units. Do you want to feel the raw power? In which case you might get more raw power for your primos for other units? Or do you just think Raiden is a badass, a cool character, and you want her to hit as hard as she can? That's what I think you should consider when it comes to these kinds of bold decisions. And there is no PvP in Genshin, so like no one is putting a gun to your head making you roll. So don't feel like you have to do that either. Anyways, that's it from that. I'm actually going to try Spirobus now. Let's fix the screen real quick. Oh. Okay. I think this works. I think that worked. That was really scuffed. Let me reconnect my controller.
Too popular. Hassle. Who knew the people would adore me so much?
So, I actually have no idea if... I actually have no idea... Whoa, what's happening? Oh. Weird. Let me, Weird. Why is my mouth not moving? My lips are sealed. Oh no. Okay. Let me restart the program. Let's see if that works. Wrong window. Okay, let me hide myself for a minute.
Boring.
Okay, let's see.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
Okay. All right, there we go. And we're back. Phew. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh. What is going on? Oh no. More problems. I cannot move. Oh, that's that's because I wasn't on the window. Oh my gosh. What is streaming? Anyway, let's check out my Raiden build. Let me see what I can do at C0. Honestly, I think my set is pretty bad in terms of... Oh. Well, for one, I don't even have her built here. Alright, so this is an overload team. I think I'll play on here. I actually haven't played Overload Raiden before. So on this team, I don't think we need anything more than... Yeah, I'm not going to use double Electro here, though I could. But I think you would have to get rid of Bennett. I don't have Kujo Sara well invested enough for this, personally. I think I'd rather just try Bennett. Plus, if I'm having Xiangling on the team already, then it's like, well, yeah, then Bennett. But we'll see. I am considering rolling on the banner. I still am not decided myself, to be perfectly honest. But this might help my decision making. So let's see here. Let's look at Chevreuse real quick. So she simply shreds. That's really nice. She doesn't have... So her HP... Let me see. She wants to be built with HP, but I think HP only affects her healing. Hold on. Yeah, so here her healing is tied to her HP percent. So I currently have her on Noblesse. I do like her on Noblesse, but right now I'm considering building my Xiangling on Noblesse instead. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try her on Song of Days Past. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have to build up these artifacts, but, you know, if I don't care about her healing, it's not that big a deal. Because I'll have Bennett on my team. Oh, well, there's healing bonus. Let me see. Right, because I'm not sure there's any reason for me to not build her on healing bonus. I'll double check her kit real quick. Okay. It doesn't say what her skill scales on. That's kind of weird. Anyway, her burst scales are on her HP at any rate. Oh, excuse me. I am silly. So yeah, her skill scales on her HP. So to build her for damage, you do want some good HP built. But I don't think that's necessary. I think we built her on healing. For now. Oh, no, you built her on full HP. That is a good passive for that. Oof. So let's see. I do have 1 HP percent scaling, but no ER on it. Ah. Oh, interesting. Toma, what are you doing on this? I have so many questions. Oh my goodness. So we're looking for HP percent and some ER, maybe some crit rate for fun. Well, there's HP percent. Ooh. Okay, so HP percent and ER is on this one. I guess that's what it must have rolled into. Yay. Let's see what happens. Nothing. See, now this is where I go off to farm artifacts, I guess. For now, scuffed, but... Alright, so Katane is not going to do it. I actually really liked the catch on her. But I feel like I have to do, like, Fav Lance. The catch is neat. It buffs her burst damage and burst crit rate, and, well, her burst is not weak by any means. Let's see. Maybe Skyward Spine, unironically. Yunjin is on Favlands for some reason. Well, it's not that there's no reason. I don't use Yunjin. I tried her once, and it was not as great as I thought. I feel bad for her. She's a neat unit, though. Maybe there's an HP percent scaling. There is, but I don't think I use it per se. I really do think I need the ER. Oh, you know what? Mika's weapon. Okay, neat. That looks kind of weird. Okay, so the bigger issue is actually Raiden. I have her built on full EM. And I have absolutely terrible artifacts. My goodness. Oh, it's not good, guys. Oh, this is painful. I farmed so long in that domain. And what did it get me? This is the best one I got. Eek. Oof. Surely there's another ER. No. No. Oh. Electro damage bonus. Yeah, no. Goblets are such a pain, my goodness. There's a lot of attack not, I mean... Mm-hmm. I'm amused. Sethos, it's a shame I don't use you, but that's a nice amount of ER. Not bad here as well. What's going on here? That's a funny goblet. Not technically terrible. That's a roll in crit, a couple in ER. I think one in only one in defense. But the thing is that it's not pretty. Anyway. Skyward Spine is interesting, increases crit rate and normal attack speed. That said, that's pretty weak on crit rate. Do I swap out for Emily here? I think I... Primordial Jade Wing Spear. Oh, there's also deathmatch. Hmm. 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 Let's try this. Okay, could be better. The thing with Raiden Shogun is that it's hard to build crit rate and crit damage because she needs so much of other stats. That is probably too much ER, now that I think about it. We'll see in testing and playing how this works. So cool. That is a pretty oof build. I'm pretty ridiculous and unserious for taking it into Abyss, if I'm being honest. Xiangling is also not looking too hot. This is actually... oh boy. For some reason, I'm a believer in the Exile set. That just... oh boy, this is gonna be bad, isn't it? I am going to have to flee Genshin Impact content creation forever. But it might be fun. We'll see. It might be fun. It might be fun. It might not be a total embarrassment. I used to always clear the Abyss with Yai and Raiden.
There is no escape. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Eat this. Justice will prevail. Drop your weapons. Inazuma shines eternal. Ha. Ha. Nice and spicy. Stop right there. Teamwork is dreamwork. You're toast.
Needing 2 rotations to do this is really
Now you
good.
shall perish. Illusion shattered. Let's light it up. At the frying pan. Everybody stand back. You asked for it. Torn to oblivion.
Should I be embarrassed about that? Probably.
Grow, grow, grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
Let's nip that in the bud.
This way, drink.
Stabilize.
I have nervousness.
Emerge right now. Minute, a sight to behold. Emerge right here. Emerge.
Gather.
Grow, grow, grow. Make yourselves at home.
I hear
This is
everything.
always actually a pretty smooth clear. I really like playing this technique.
Minute. Come on out. It's right now. Emerge.
And Zhongli is fairly comfortable as well.
One with the force. I'll uproot you.
Very easy. I'm actually honestly kind of impressed that the Raiden one even cleared somewhat within
There's no escape.
a minute and 30. Just from how much I've neglected her over the years. This is a great start.
Drop your weapons. Let's light it up. I'm going in. Justice will... You're toast. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Illusion shut. Teamwork is strength. Hands where I can see them. Stop right there. Inazuma shines eternal.
This is more like it, I
Shine
suppose.
down. Then everybody stand back.
I miss this so much.
Final warning. Now
I
you
really
shall
did miss
perish.
this. This is actually my first time playing Raiden Shivers.
Illusion shattered. Let's light it up. Teamwork is hands where I can see them. Drop your weapon. Nice and spicy. Inazuma shines eternal.
Unfortunately, this isn't an impressive clear time by any means. But you know what, considering how poorly built my units are, specifically Raiden and Shivers,
Right now.
I'm actually pretty happy. Cope, I know.
And Shroud. Let's nip that in the bud.
This place hurt a little. Right here, right now.
One with the forest.
Shucks.
Committed to memory, sharing my knowledge.
This is order. Solidify.
Can't see?
Show them, right here. I'm always
Right.
watching. This may turn. Emerge, right now. Emerge.
But we can retry. Did that cancel my skill? I hope not.
Now you shall perish. There is no teamwork is strength. Hands where I can. Nice and tight. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shot. Everybody stand. You
Alright,
are
ER
yours.
doesn't seem
Drop
to
your
be a
weapons.
problem.
Your toast.
Where did my skill go?
Now you shall perish. Shine down. Let's light it up. Oh, wait, I'm going in. Justice will Boba, get them. Eat this. Stop right there. Torn to oblivion.
There we go.
Teamwork is strength. Hands where I can see. Nice and spicy. Let's light it up. Final warning. Now you shall perish.
Oof, that was probably that was worse than my previous clear. Oh no.
This is order.
Come on out.
One with the forest.
Grow, grow, grow. Make yourselves at home.
I hear everything.
Right here. Emerge.
Stabilize. I
Dang
will
it.
have order. Crumble.
Show them. Right now. This may hurt a little. Share my knowledge.
And Shroud.
Gather.
I'll uproot you.
right now. A sight to behold.
Come on. Yes! C0 right-in works. I also actually do like this, by the way, because, like, it's kind of boring if you just clear, you know? Like, no effort.
Torn to oblivion.
Like, to me, it's boring if there is no elbow grace.
Shine down. Teamwork is strength. Hands where I can see them. Drop your weapons. Eat this.
Alright, here we
Inazuma
go.
shines eternal. There is no escape.
Where'd it go?
Let's light it up. Bubba, get them. You asked for it. Everybody stand. You're toast. Stop right there. Now you shall perish. Illusion shot. Teamwork is dreamwork. Hands where I can see them. That's right, Pip. Eat this. Drop your weapons. Torn to oblivion.
Ends here, Lord of
Dance with
Sanity.
me.
Your sacrifice is ready.
The show's only just begun. Let's light it up. Justice will prevail. I'm going in. Booba, get them. You're toast. Stop right there. Inazuma shines eternal.
Big slash. So, I'm not good at playing Raiden. It's been a long time, okay?
Emerge.
Stabilize. This is order.
Make yourselves at home.
Entrap!
Come on out. A minute.
I hear everything. Yeah.
Right here. Right now.
Solidified. I will have
Shucks.
order.
I'll uproot you.
Go.
This may hurt a little. The Temple of Wisdom. Right here. Emerge.
Can't see.
Grow. Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Right here. Emerge.
This is order. Stabilize.
I hear everything.
Here we go. Beautiful. I'm actually pretty happy with that, believe it or not. Let's actually try that again. I didn't even use Furina in that one. So let's try Raiden, Furina, Yolan, and Jean. That's another popular Raiden team. Let's see. How would I like to clear this side of the abyss? Alitham is always nice, but Zhongli should be... I think it should be Zhongli. Actually, we can still do... 1, 2... Oh, wait, that would just be... I would just be swapping out the teams. I could do a different Shivers Overloaded team, actually. Hold on. We can still do Yae. Yae. Chevreuse. Why not Xiangling Bennett, I guess? Yeah? I don't think there's a reason for me not to do that. I don't think you actually really need Fischl on Chevreuse teams. I think you use Fischl if you have a Pyro character in the front, right? If you have a Pyro DPS, you want Fischl, so that way you can trigger more overloads. But for Electro, if you're having an Electro DPS on your Chevreuse team, you probably want Xiangling to have continuous off-field pyro. Either Xiangling or Toma, if you're using Chlorand or something. Yeah, let's try.
Shower me with praise. Time to shine.
Things are about to get tight.
I swear by my sword.
Quietly now.
Torn to oblivion.
Alright, I missed the slash. Oh no. Actually clearing faster than Chevreuse. Furina OP.
My name echo in song. Barbados, guide us.
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Oh my gosh.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Okay, that's kind of addicting. That's, oh my.
Right here, emerge. Teamwork is dreamwork. You asked for it.
A sight to behold.
Right here. Nice and spicy. I'm going in. Hands where I can see them. Drop your weapons. Eat this. What a dreadful
Okay,
end.
alright. So one downside of that team is how do you live?
There is no escape. Time to shine. Strike a pop. Wind, hear me. Go and splash.
Game's up.
Alright.
From silver.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
Why are you not perished?
Take it easy.
Let the world come alive. Barbados, guide us.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Quietly now.
Now you shall perish.
There we go. Perish. This team is not wanting for energy at all.
Emerge. Teamwork is dreamwork. Final warning. You asked for it. You're toast. Nothing lasts forever. Show them right now. Emerge. Come on out. Right here. Right now. Everybody stand back. Let's look. Eat this. Hands where I can see them. Drop your weapons. Right here. Emerge. Right here.
A sight to behold.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Wow. That felt good.
Shine down. Time to shine. I swear by my sword.
Game's up. From silver. Gotcha. Quietly now.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Not as much damage per screenshot, obviously, on this, but
Wind, hear me.
Things are about to get dicey. Gotcha.
Now you shall perish. Go and splash. Let my name echo in song. Strike Barbados. Guide us.
Game's up. From silver. Quietly now. Gotcha.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Time to shine. I swear by my sword.
gets dicey.
Here we go.
Quietly now.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Wah. Feels good.
Boba, get them. Justice will prevail. Do not attempt to resist.
So my Yai died? No. No. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? That's lame. But I really do actually like this setup. I can't believe how well that works. Ish. You know, it's not perfect.
My name echo in song. Fullest flag.
Wait, hear me. Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Busted.
There is no. Torn to oblivion.
There we go. Finally.
Time to shine.
Gang's up. Thumbs over.
I swear by my sword.
Quietly now.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Nice. That was my fastest clear yet for that chamber. For this build at least.
Right now.
But it's still actually respectable with the rest of my account.
Hands where I can see 'em. Stop right there. Hey, yeah. Nice and spiky. I'm always watching.
Yeah.
Right here. Everybody stand back. Let's. You went for it. Final warning.
There we go.
Show them right now. Emerge.
That's rough. It left the Bennett circle, so now I'm stuck.
Right here. Emerge. Right here. Nice and split. Let's light it up. Yeah.
That's not too rough though. Yai and Chevreuse is actually a really nice pair. Yai will keep doing damage. That's the thing people underestimate about Yai and Miko all the time. Disclaimer, my Yai and Miko is C2, okay? But people underestimate the fact that you can just have the damage consistently. It doesn't matter what you're doing,
No escape.
like, she will be doing her job. Even if you're getting knocked around, etc.
Shine down. Let the world collide.
Barbados. Cyrus. Gang's up. Thumbs over. Busted.
There is no escape. Inazuma shines
Go.
eternal.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how fun
Time
it
to shine.
can feel.
Fullest flame.
I swear by my sword. Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Busted.
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered. Ha! 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 Ha!
So on one hand,
Let my name echo
I
in
feel like,
song.
yeah, I can clear without C2 Raiden for sure.
Quietly now. Gotcha.
If C2 Raiden does not feel like it would be necessary to clear this. However, I do have constellations on Furina. I have a C1 Furina, and I do have a C1 on Yalan, which definitely help. And I certainly wouldn't mind having additional power on Raiden. I really wouldn't. I don't think it would also make my count feel unrelatable or anything either, just in terms of just wanting a fun, powerful unit that's not too broken.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Boba, get them! Stop right there!
A sight to behold.
Teamwork is dreamwork! You asked for
Come on out. Emerge. Right now.
Aw, man.
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
You're toast! Show them. Emerge.
Justice will
Right here. Right now. Emerge.
Let's light it up!
Okay, I think if I started off that chamber better, I would have been able to clear it. I was kind of waffling.
Shine down!
Shower you praise. Let the world collide. Busted. Barbados. Got us. Here comes the catch.
There is no escape!
There we go, they're grouped. That's wonderful.
Shine down!
Yoo-hoo! Let my name go in song. Wind, hear me. Gangs up. Fun's over.
Let's go.
Gacha.
Torn to oblivion!
Time to shine. Things are about to get dicey. I swear by my sword.
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Let the world collide. Full as well. Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
There we go.
Right here. Emerge.
Hands where I can teamwork is dreamwork!
Nice and spicy.
Let's light it up! Let's light it up!
Nothing lasts forever. Right now. Right here. Right now.
I'm going in! Justice will...
Right here. Emerge.
Boba, get them! Everybody stand back!
Race you. You're toast.
Final warning!
Come on out. Right here.
You asked for...
Are you kidding me? It's already back up?
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
Then I'm going in!
I'm always watching.
Oh, that was close. That's tough without Geo. The next room will be easier because he doesn't have the boss does not have as much Geo defense shred or excuse me, resistance.
Here comes the catch.
Elemental resistances. The Geo shield is weaker. Okay.
There is no escape! Torn to oblivion!
Let my name
go.
echo in song. Wind, hear me.
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now.
Illusion shattered. Inazuma shines eternal.
Let the world
Go, go, go. Just, I like how fast the team kind of feels.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
Torn to oblivion.
Maybe should have switched to Jean to get the VV swell.
let my name echo in song. Showing full and fly. Wind, hear me.
Should also probably use optimal combos for Ryan. But that's okay. You don't necessarily need to play optimally to be able to win.
Drop your weapons. Hands where I can see them. Everybody stand.
Emerge, right here. Emerge. Now you've got my attention.
Let's light it up.
Get them!
Justice will prevail.
Right here. Emerge. Right now. Nice and spicy.
Going in.
You're toast!
Stop right there.
Nothing
There
lasts
we
forever.
go.
Emerge. Right now.
You asked.
Emerge. Right here.
Easy clap. That felt good. So, does Raiden need C2? I don't think so, but I was able to clear with a pretty scuffed build, all things considered. My Chevros is not well built either, might I add. That felt great. Wow. Let's actually take Raiden Overload over to Natlan. And I'm honestly kind of hyped to at the idea of actually rolling better or more constellations on Chivrus. To be clear, obviously this team is not well built compared to... Like, I was clearing much easier with the Purina build.
Justice will prevail. Let's light it up. That's gonna hurt in the teamwork is trim.
Nice and spicy.
Now you shall perish. Shine down.
Get them!
Drop your weapons. You asked for it. Let's light it up. Illusion. Let's light it up.
I had no energy going into this, so whoopsie.
Stop right there.
Alright, next run will be real. That was, I don't know what that was. I saw the crit damage and was like, oh, but no. 4-star. Whoopsie. It's fine.
Everybody stand back. Eat this. Justice will prevail. Final warning. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down.
No energy problems, so that's good. It is a domain. And hopefully with better artifacts, I can just, you know, clear.
There is no
Obviously, I
escape.
will clear content easier, my
Teamwork is
goodness.
dreamwork. Stop right there.
Love to see it.
Shine down! Everybody stand back! Let... You asked for it! Final warning! Inazuma
Skill.
shines eternal! Ha! 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 Ha!
Okay, so depending on how I rotate, I'll get my energy back. I'm so happy I was still able to have fun with C0.
Nice and spicy. I'm going in.
Ha! There is no escape! Hands where I can see them! Drop your weapons!
Eat this.
Now you shall perish! Ha! Ha!
My goodness. Did you clear that too quickly? Shivers didn't even get her burst back? Or she did, okay. That's so satisfying. Gosh, I really hope Mualani is good. I am like... Oh, not Mualani, Mualvika is a good... A good Xiangling replacement, effectively, because my goodness.
Everybody stand back! Ha!
Save us from a Xiangling, please.
Final warning! Torn to oblivion!
Oh, did I clear that too quick again? No, Xiangling got it. Okay, alright, good, good, good. I love this. Why didn't I try this sooner? EM is complicated. Ugh. EM is such a complicated stat. Well, I mean, not literally, but just like in terms of building artifacts for it, it drops at such a low percentage rate, you almost take what you can get.
There's no escape!
I'm the frying pan.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Let's light it! Hands where I can...
You're toast.
Inazuma
Oh.
shines eternal! Ha! Ha!
Good, good, good. Everyone did what they needed to do. So you can play EM Raiden, and you probably should in many cases. That said, I have fallen for Tainari Yaya teams, which means that I don't need to use Tainari Fiorina. I mean, Tainari and Fiorina is a good combo, because you can use Raiden and you get off-field, like, Hyper Blooms, and you can use Baizhu pretty effectively on that team. But I like this a lot.
Everybody stand back! Ha!
I like, yeah, I like Raiden a lot.
Justice will prevail!
Hold on, can't think
Now
anymore.
you shall perish! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh, right, I like using Yaya in his teams now. And Yaya with Zhongli and Nahida is a plenty good team. Like, he doesn't need the Hyper Bloom shenanigans. And honestly, that's really the only place I would use Hyper Bloom Raiden, because, like, Kuki Shinobu is a perfectly fine unit.
Shine down! I'm going in! Let's light it up!
Nice and spicy.
Final warning! Hands where I can see 'em.
Cool.
To oblivion! Ha!
When you just hit all the enemies with her with her burst and just knock them out, that is so satisfying. Obviously Arlecchino exists, but Arlecchino has different teams. Like, Raiden actually really is geared very much towards working well with Overload. whether it's a hyper team, or not a hyper team, excuse me, whether it's a Chevreuse team or whether it's a the traditional rational team with Shinso. I really do need to catch up on Natlan Exploration. I'll do a separate video on running through the region, probably this weekend. I still need to do Mualani's stuff, and there's a new event, I think, as well. I might do one more run of the Abyss. Oh. Yay. Ooh.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra at.
For no reason whatsoever. Let's get that. I am nervous though. So as for my thoughts on Mualani, so she feels really good to play in the overworld, okay? Like really good. I like how she feels in Natlan and in her trial quest. You can just ride that fish for a long time. That said, that is her trial quest. She's going to feel her best there. She seems, I don't want to, look, I don't own her, so I don't want to weigh too heavily in on her, but honestly, she kind of just doesn't seem like my playstyle. I really generally don't like vape that much, honestly. I don't know, it just doesn't feel as good as Electro. I love Electro reactions, so I've never been big on vape, so that's my bias. Mualani is good, but it feels like you do have to... She feels more difficult to play than Yvelette, from my experience in her trial quest and from seeing what other content creators have to say. I feel like Yvelette just doesn't have to jump through all the hoops that she does. Not that she has to jump through that many hoops, to be perfectly honest. A lot of things are skill expression. So I would say that, honestly, it's really just what kind of playstyle do you want. She has a unique playstyle, I will say that, for sure. Genshin is pretty good about making characters feel very different from each other. Not a lot of people step on each other's toes. And if they do, usually it's like you have a 4-star version and a 5-star version. So that's my thoughts on that. For Kazuha, people compare him to Sucrose a lot. I wouldn't. I would compare... Well, no, you do. Excuse me. I just mean like they play very differently. Kazuha does have a little bit more field time than Sucrose, but his skills feel more precise to use. Like, you don't have to deal with Sucrose's, her auto-targeting. I very much dislike using Sucrose. I would use Kazuha pretty much every time. However, he is not as meta as he used to be, mostly because there are... Well, if you look at my Spiral Abyss clears just now, I was using Furina, who does a lot to support your party and do decent damage, and Chevreuse, who is literally designed to be a side grade to Kazuha for Pyro and Electro. So he has competition now, and he will be getting competition in the future. So you don't if you really don't like him, you don't have to feel like you need a pull. You could just be fine with Sucrose. But if you enjoy how he plays, like, play his trial quest. I love his elemental skill. It feels so satisfying to get off, to me. So much so that I pulled for his constellation, which was, again, kind of not a mistake, but like, you increase his field time if you do that, because you have to skill, burst, skill. So it's really up to you how much you want to dedicate to him. But I like him a lot. At least I liked him enough to want to use his skill more with his constellation. To be honest, I don't really regret it either. And in fact, I do have him at C2 because unlike Sucrose, right? You have Sucrose at C6, she's stuck there forever. She's not really going to get better. Like, or at least if she did, that would be kind of crazy and that would like involve all of Anemo getting buffed, including Kazuha. So I feel like the only way for Sucrose to get better is for Kazuha to also get better. And Kazuha, you can always just pull Constellations to increase the amount of damage contribution he gives to your team. Not that that's necessarily the best thing to do, by the way. Like, there is Fiorina, Fiorina exists, for example. Nahida exists if you want to buff your supports. But if we're talking meta and money is basically the same thing. That's why I don't actually like using the word meta here, but that's for like a whole other video. Point is like, you can increase Kazuha's team contribution in a way that you can't with Sucrose. Kachina, you don't need to pull more copies of ever. C0 is more than fine for what she does. Her artifact set basically carries her. I mean, that's true for kind of Anemo units as well generally, but Anemo also has Swirl, at least, and Crystallize is a joke. Well, they haven't done much with Crystallize compared to Swirl, so yeah, there's more going for Anemo wielders of Viridescent Venerer than for Geo wielders of the new 40% boosting artifact set. Anyway, Weapon Banner is okay. If you like Mualani and you want to make her the best Mualani, by all means. Freedom Sword, I don't recommend it. Kazuha has other options. He has energy issues as the sole Anemo of his team, so I would focus on weapons that help that, like Favonius. That's really all I have to say about it. The 4 stars you'll get if you want them or not. There aren't any limited ones here. There is a Favonius sword over there that can be nice, though, I do admit. So you might want to consider that. Is that the Favonius sword, or is that flute? If it's flute, don't pull. Anyway, that is all I have to say about Genshin for today. I had a fun time. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace.